Hello guys, today I want to show you how to write a priority queue class in Python. So let's go to the code. The priority queue is a queue that is a data structure that gives us the minimum or maximum of the input that we give it to it. Depends on the implementation. Always we can get the maximum or the minimum, which we call it priority queue. I will show you. Let's go to the code. Import head heap queue class priority queue. We define the init, which we start a queue as an empty list, and a method to check if our queue is empty, and here we return the length of the queue. If it's, we check it. If it's 0, we return true. If it's not 0, we return false. Another method for checking the size of the priority queue, we return the length of the queue. Another method to push to the queue. Things get interesting here. We pass an item and priority, and each item has a priority, and we want to get the highest priority from the queue. So for this one, we need to use the heap queue dot heap push. We get the empty list to this one, self dot queue. This is our empty queue, and we need to pass a tuple to this, which has the priority and the item itself. The implementation that this heap queue dot heap push gives us at the moment is in a way that always the smallest item with the smallest priority comes back when we do a pop. If we want to change it and always give the highest priority, then we need to save the priority in a reverse order. For example, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the 5 is the highest one. We have to make it the smallest one. We multiply by -1 to make the 5 -5, so that when we pop, we always get the smallest one. Then we remove this one and we get the highest priority. So if I remove this one and only pass the priority, when we do a pop, we get the smallest one, smallest priority item. But I want a highest priority item, so you have to apply this minus. If you guys, it's difficult to understand, let me know in the comments. In the next video I can put more time on explaining this concept, but it's easy to understand. The next one is pop. We first check if self dot is empty. Of course we cannot do that, so we raise index error and we say the priority queue is empty. But if it's not, we return again heap queue, heap pop. This time we pass the queue that we are using as underneath data structure, which is this one. Okay, now when I say heap queue dot heap pop and I want to pop from this queue, this goes and finds the item with the smallest priority. But because we have -1 here, this minus priority for us is the biggest priority. So it gives us the item with the highest priority, a tuple. What we need is not the whole tuple, we want the item. So we need to get the index -1, which is the last index of this tuple. So I pass -1. Now peek. Peek is like pop, but we don't get everything out of it. We don't extract it. We just have a quick look at it without extracting the object. So we do another check here, the same as above. And if everything is correct and we have data, then from the queue, our queue, we get the first element, which is a tuple. The first element is the highest one, the biggest one, which is a tuple, and then we need the item at the end of the tuple, which is -1. These are some Python tricks. That's all. Nothing complicated. That's all. Let's test it. So priority queue. Well, let's, for easier typing, let's say PQ is new priority queue. Oh, don't need this one. And here PQ dot push, for example, task 1 with a priority of 1. We push another element, which is task 2, the priority of 3, which is the highest priority here. And we do task 3 with the priority of 2. So task 1 has the smallest priority. Task 2 has the largest priority. So when we push task 2 and the 3 as a priority, when we want to push it into this heap, we change the number 3, the priority, to -3. So between -1, -2, and -3, -3 is the smallest one. So when we pop, the smallest one, which is -3, comes out. This one comes out. And we show you the item only. Let's have a look. So when we pop, we should first get this one, because this is our highest priority. And then next this one, and next this one. Print PQ dot pop. Let's do it 3 times. The first one, and look at the result. Look at here, the first one is task 2. Task 2 has the highest priority. Then is task 3, which is the next priority, and task 1, which has the lowest priority. So this is how we can have a priority queue in Python, which is very useful, especially when we want to work on algorithmic questions, which is very important for us to be able to use priority queue. Don't worry if you put -1 multiplied by -1, it gives you the highest priority. If you remove the -1, it gives you the lowest priority. If you're finding this video helpful or interesting, it's a good time to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to show you lots of amazing stuff here in this channel. Thank you for watching, and see you later.